Hey, welcome back to Smedley's Ranch. This is going to be a little rough. It's probably something I've been putting off doing, but here it goes anyway. I don't know how long it was. I'd have to look and see. But I did a video how I got here. And I stopped off about 15 years ago. 15 years ago or so. 2010. Needless to say, at that point, it's an understatement to say I had a lot of work to do. I thought I was willing. Yeah, I was, to an extent. But what was somewhat clear, something that was even somewhat brought to my attention, was that I'm not in a good environment. I wasn't in a good environment. Who is, right? It's always something somewhere. At least that's what I figured. And that's what I figure now. That's what I know even better now. Just through the years, what situation is ideal all the time, right? Every situation is going to have its stuff. That being said, this environment has its stuff. And after 15 years of stuff, I just choose to work on what it's taught me about myself and who I want to be and who am I going to be in spite of where I'm at. And that's what I've been doing. And maybe you've seen it before, but most environments like to stay the same. They don't like new. Definitely don't like new, challenging it to make adjustments. They don't like that at all. So it's been rough. And I'm speaking in general because there's no need to even get into what the environment's about because I don't even fully know just yet. All I know is as I was just saying, it's a conform or outcast type of thing. So, of sorts, just in general. Just in general. So, I guess without knowing, to a great extent, I tried to conform. Not fully, but just, You want to fit in. Maybe if I was the kind of person that could be something that I'm not, maybe it would go better. Again, standing here 15 years later, I realize that's not something I could do at this point. So that was my first mistake. Conf- conforming. Bigger mistake has been happening all my life. Not ashamed of it or anything. It is just, I don't even know how to put it. You would say genetic or I don't know. But well, ever since, real young age, I just wanted a companion, female companionship. Don't know why, but just deeply ingrained in me was looking for that. I'm just being honest. I'm not, there's no other way else to put it. There's really not. And I didn't know it, but it's never even been available to me for so many reasons. First of which, I've never been ready for it. First, foremost, could have fell right in my lap, would have ran right out the door. At some point down there, I don't, possibly, possibly, 10 years ago, could have found a person that would have helped me with that. It's possible. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just in general up until that point, especially up until the point about 15 years ago. I guess I had no business. You know, I mean, it was there, so I just had to deal with it. But right now, I see it's gonna start with me first. If that ever comes, at least I can say I'm ready. So that was the biggest mistake I found. Sure. I'm trying not to get on the roller coaster of mistakes, right? Conforming, definitely. That conforming was not my biggest mistake, but the with the not dealing with my inner needs, I guess, it's just a lesson coming. I guess I like can't do anything about it. Even taking the blame, all I can do is move forward with that. It's a lesson that got learned, and sometimes you just don't know until you know. I could say now, knowing it, I see the landscape, and it would be rough if I did have everything together. 'Cause you don't have everything, you know. There's it's always something. So okay, and I think that brings me to probably the mistake that I probably do have regrets over, and probably my biggest motivation is something I just said. If I did have it together, and I'm forced to ask myself, why not? And I say the time is now. The time is now. Because what I've seen for myself, my entire life, just forced to ask myself, why not? And I see why not. I see lots of why not. And I see all the potential. All the potential. And here I am. I got here. I'm working here. I'm growing here. Come what may. And that's part two. I'm here. Fair enough. Okay. So if you look behind me, move that out the way. Okay. Okay. So there's a walnut tree right there. Walnut tree right there. And that's hanging shade cloth and stuff. Because this is good. I'm going to be bringing the rabbits out of the barn behind me. They're going to be out here for a while. This general area is where I'm going to be creating my fodder for the rabbits, and just generally clean it up because it looks like a junkyard, right? What's up, Tiger? What? What? Not with that lovey-dovey stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to work. I recently posted on my Facebook page some of the work I was doing in Gerber about 7, 8 years ago. And some of that potential I was talking about is definitely just, you know, a, we want a love, a passion for gardening. working. So I'm gonna get to it, you know. I was telling my mom I want to make Gerber kind of look like a patio garden in comparison. So right now it was potential and whatever the polar opposite of potential was, we're at here's the bottleneck right here. And as far as it depends upon me, potential is going to win out. Something I do want to say, I don't even know how to say, but people that know me, and people that don't think they do, unfortunately. None of which bothers me. None of that bothers me. I'm just finding it interesting how that dynamic works out. I guess it's kind of the difference between judging and observing, maybe. Once someone's a certain way, or you've judged something a certain way, it's hard to go back from it. I can't speak on great experience with that. I guess because for one, to stay true to myself is I'm a work in progress. Be real hard, real hard to not consider somebody else that. Don't mean, there's endless opportunities to show me the opposite, but I can understand. I thought about a saying not too long ago as I was just mulling things over. They say respect is earned. I like that. But you could also see where it's given out on credit, or it's co-signed for, or even worse, it's inherited. If you can call that respect. But it seems like that's what happens. The respect I seek most is from a power higher than what human beings can give. That's what I want first. Have to keep that in mind. And secondly, the kind I have about myself. In the proper perspective, in that perspective, is the kind of respect I want. And I guess it wouldn't jive if the respect wasn't in the same perspective as as the respect I'm seeking from the higher power. If I wasn't trying to look outward with that same, trying to get my perspective in that same line, guess I would be missing it, huh? Well, seems like kind of hard work, especially if you find yourself in an environment where respect is been inherited, given out on credit, not so much earned. But that doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me how someone else made their money, respect, or whatever else they have. What matters to me is how I make mine. I'm happy with that. Okay, I'm here. I don't think I need to show this process. As you can see, I just want to show it because I'm going to feel pretty good looking at it here in a month or two. Let's see here. So I've already cut the grass and stuff over there. I got to do a couple dump runs. That thing's got to go. Not too much of it has to go. Got some wood back there. That's going to be a burn pile. Probably make some biochar and things. This fig tree, oh, it wasn't like my first fig yesterday, but I've never liked figs. Go figure. Do you like figs? Maybe they're just at the right time where I actually can enjoy them now, but that's got to go on the ground. That got put in that bucket at least 7 years ago. I'm thinking about it's been in that for about 8 years. I'm just gonna go back 40. Want to take a little tour? Let's do it. Oh, wrong thing. Okay, so turn here, lay down. There you go. Real quick tour, okay? Sorry. Let's do this. There we go. Ah, man. Just did a video on this, so check out my other videos. You can. Sorry, this umbrella's in my way. Okay. All right. Getting ready to, so I got this drip line here. It's probably going to come at least this far back. So, looking better. It's going to be really fun going through some of my last year or two's videos and show the progress, and starting with like when we first got here. I first got here and it was, pretty bare ground. I just saw a picture yesterday. No, today on my phone. Sorry, on my phone, where really all I did was plastic, like to right here. This was the edge because I was planting. I kept this. That's why I got so overgrown. Kind of. It's never been plastic here, but this is where I was planning to do most of the garden. You could see the remnant plastic and everything. I had those raised beds over there that never really made it. So I think this right here would be a good place for that fig tree. Right here in the corner of this. I think so. That's what I'm thinking. Because this general area right here is going to be like a little slight food forest environment, kind of complementing my tropical tree area that's going to be in this here, which I need to be bringing the wood over. Start that. Stuff is pretty good. It kind of swells up at first, I guess, as the ground underneath is cooking. It wants to lift up. Oh, and that's a hump right there too. Okay, not quite sure here. I'm just happy that the plastic is holding its own. I think it doesn't get enough, straight up and down heat beaming on it to decompose it as fast as like that other stuff did in the middle of the yard, I think. Okay. All right. I'm going to cover, just let's see. Whoops. Okay. I'm going to cover like right here, from here to wherever it is this started at. I think right here. Okay. I think that's the edge. If you can see, I got to pull all that up. So like to right here, and I'm gonna pull that up, and that's gonna be some pretty good gardening area right there. Probably gonna be able to do pretty good producing watermelons there, like this. I'm thinking now, in hindsight, sorry, I can't see the glare of the thing. I should have not left any space in between. That's my mistake. There's too much. The weeds and stuff are growing too much, but I don't think it's gonna stop us from getting a harvest. So only thing it is gonna do. Oh, look at that beauty right there. I see somebody pop. Oh, that's a nice one. Can you see that? Phone's getting hot. I can't see. Glare's behind me. Let me get over here. Oh, there, I see one in there. That's where it's gonna get good. In that thick stuff. Experience tells me that's kind of also where the critters like to get up in there too. You see them, and then you go to get them, and sometimes they get hollow. Look at they're taking off. There's one. That one's about almost 12 inches long. One there, yeah. Oh, man, I can't see. Guess I need to clean my phone or something. Oh, there's one. So we're on for a first harvest. Oh, see if we got any cucumbers. When I get my cucumbers, I'm officially starting my my new eating habits. Eating off the land. There's a little watermelon. Oh, I see something. There's one. Good. But all right. And then I have some sporadic. I just extra plants here. I don't even know if I'm going to actually get a harvest off of these. Motherland okra, they usually take a while. Those are stunted because they're not getting enough sun, it looks like. I don't know. Those Jamaikas look like they're going to take off. You know what I could do is just trim these willows. These look like they're doing a lot better and getting better sun. I can trim the willows, make cuttings, and feed the trimmings to the rabbits and give it a little bit more sun to the area. But got other stuff pressing. Okay. Get this cleaned up. Might even need to get this covered up. Get some more plastic. Just go ahead and cover it while it's nice and bare. Uncover this. I may just leave this as is. See how much fabric I have. If I have enough to cover it, I will. This needs to get cleaned up. This is that kind of weed right there, which is a pain. You got to get down to the root and bust it up. All this was that right here. Got up in here and thinned it out. That pokeweed's pretty easy. You just gotta, well, it leaves like a taproot that grows back all the time. That's why it kind of keeps growing along the fence line. But there you have it. Oh, and these raised beds. Let me look at them real fast. I got an idea. Say this one for instance. Oh, see how they move? That's big. Yeah. Oh, it's straightened back up pretty good, huh? So just bring some more wood, right? Then hit it with nails to see the screws let it move. That's the problem. And then the movement makes the screws break. That's the whole thing. First time I did it with screws and washers, lots of time and everything, and got them over here and they started, I was like, well, not worth putting anything in them the way they were. So they're still salvageable at this point. Just reinforce them with some more wood and get them into good use. Yes. All right. And then got my little bit of extra resource materials here. Help me do this and that a little bit. Tree posts, stakes, and whatnot and things. Lots of tree pots right there for growing things in. All right. I'm going to get to work. Oh, they look hungry, huh? Yeah, so all these pots and things, my pots, start taking them back to that area, that far back tropical area. I need to take a couple sacrificial plants out there and just start setting them out there to kind of gauge what the critters were going to do. I saw actually wild rabbits running, and they're burrowed into the side hill or on the other on this side of the property of the fence. So I have wild rabbits. One year I sowed along the border of the fence, starting way over there, came down to the corner, and maybe 20 feet, and critters ate at least half the plants, if not more. They would be there, and then overnight, gone. Chewed down to the ground, if not even underneath. So I chalked it up to squirrels, ants, but this year I saw rabbit too. Rabbits, they eat too, right? Don't I know it? Oh, okay. Well, and then over here, all this has to get cleaned up. Good thing is it's already plastic. I don't have to worry about the weeds or the grass. Just need to get it cleaned up. All right. Feeling good. Got that off my chest. I got work to do. Thank you for watching. I owe you a pretty good fishing trip. I know that. What time is it? No. It's coming though. It's coming. They opened up salmon season. That's what I heard. They're opening up salmon season. I'm not a big salmon fisherman, but at least to me, it makes me most hopeful because they just might reopen the sturgeon. I can't wait. I'm going and going hard, which means I should be getting some gear ready too. Starting to itch. No. Anyway, so stay tuned. I really hope these videos just, for those of you who are checking on me, right? These are for you mostly. Anybody who's wondering. And mostly for me though. To keep track of where I'm at. Because it's easy to get lost when you're not using the environment as a sounding board. I couldn't imagine. Because whether the environment's telling me I'm really good or really bad, I don't know if I could believe it. Tell you the truth, I don't know what it's telling me. I know what it's showing me, but I don't know what it's telling me. So that's a good thing. That's what I mean. It's not about what the environment's, I'm not going off of that per se. I'm just operating. Just operating. Always can adjust when need be. Enough of that. Thanks again for watching. Should have this spick and span 2 or 3 weeks. Couple rabbit cages out in the shady spot further back there, maybe around to that corner where it stays shady. Stay shady right around here. Use the shade cloth because the rabbits in the shade, even when it gets hot, have been doing pretty good. We're not out of the summer yet either though, so we'll see. See you soon. Take care.